Hello, today we're working back on the Hammerhead GTS 150. We're going to start off and fix the cracked and bent front fenders. After that, we're going to grease the front end and give it a good shakedown. We'll get everything straight and finish it up with a front end alignment. I've got an interesting idea on how I want to try and align it. It's a little different than what I've done in the past, but I'm thinking it might make the whole process much easier. Let's get at it and find out. Helping me today, huh? Yeah, that's my buddy. Yep. All right, what do you think, girl? Does this fender look better? Is it straight? You can see the steering rack is slid to the left, so it's not centered. So really that's probably about 1/8 of an inch maybe a little more, that the rack is basically slid over. So you can see my tie rod here. This one's got much more, you know, is out much further because this rack is slid over. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that in so I can kind of even out these tie rods. Oh, and you can see, look how loose that is. So that probably didn't help. The guy told me this thing was in a little accident, so that's probably when this happened. So it's a good thing I checked this because this is loose. So I would make sure, if you have one of these, probably should check this every so often. I mean, that is your steering. You don't want to be driving and, you know, heaven forbid, wow, these are all loose. Yeah, that's not good. So, and I'm going to go ahead and loosen this up, because what I'm thinking is if I go to shift the steering rack and this is tight, this has a little in and out play, it might bind up. So I want to make sure this is loose, so as that's moving it has a little play in and out. So hopefully this will just shift over now. And those boots just look like they sit on like a collar. Actually, I'm going to pull this off. So I want to make sure those boots are sitting in there properly for me sliding that over. You can see how this one's kind of pulled out a little bit. Probably would have been fine, but better safe than sorry. Okay. So boots look good. That looks a little better centered. Now when you tighten these, I would go back and forth, since you basically have something clamping like that. If you clamp the one side, it'll, you know, kind of pull it the one way, so you want to clamp it even. I'm just going to move this around, make sure it's not bound up. Which will look good. Now I'm going to tighten the steering shaft. Let's just make sure this one's tightened too while we're in here. Yep, and we should be good. Cool. Okay, so we're going to give this thing a quick shakedown. I don't like that play right there, if you guys can see that in that control arm. And that's where we've got play right now. Doesn't look like we have any other play. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten that up, grease that fitting, and hopefully that'll take that out. Okay, so that did not take that play out. Let's try greasing it up. Okay, if you guys do a lot of grease fittings, I recommend you get one of these lock-in lubes. They're amazing. Just pull it back, snap it on, and grease her up. Okay, so we're slightly left. So what I'm going to do is line that up with that center line of the tire. And then now I'm going to straighten the steering wheel. And then as you can see the line is going to the right. So I'm just going to adjust the tie rod till that's in line, which is right about there. And then now I will just now I'll just measure my toe with the laser measuring device, and I'll get my toe in, and that should get us there, hopefully. I've never tried to line this way, but it was just an idea I had, and it's actually, if it works, it's much better than the other methods I've tried with tape measures, and I've heard of people using string. All right, so we need to come in on this side, and then we're going to get our toe just in under. We're only going to adjust, we know this side is straight, we're only going to adjust this side to get our toe right. And I'm going to go under 1/4 of an inch. So, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up with the center of the spindle, just to give me a reference point. You want to make sure you're not on a tread block. But I want to make sure the heights are the same on the front and the back. is, boys. Does it feel darty? I think we're good.